There's no question, there's no doubt that the last 60 to 70 years, especially in the West, we have lived through a very flawed education system. That's not the debate. The question I ask myself, was it deliberate or wasn't it deliberate? No, that's still a debate. That's the debate. Whether it was a flawed education system, that's not debatable anymore. Because we know, we're seeing the effects. And someone said to me today, well, yes, it's a flawed education system, but how much do parents play a responsibility in that? And that's a very good question. But you've got to also remember, this flawed education system has been around for 60, 70 years. And so a lot of parents came through this flawed education system with a fixed mindset. Because a fixed mindset, once you've been programmed into a system that's telling you, reproduce that information, you'll get tested, you'll be graded, and then we're going to label you. We're going to label you as a D student, or an E student, or an F student, or you're an A student. And so all of a sudden you have all these labels on yourself. So think about it. Kids go into a school system feeling all these excitement, feeling the dream, feeling they could take on the world, having this fantasy, this beautiful fantasy. And all of a sudden the teacher tells them, no, you're wrong. Sit down. Oh, don't do that. Don't jump there. Don't be creative. There's only one right answer. There's 1,000 right answers. And so you come out of a system, instead of being fearless, you become fearful. Instead of coming out of a system wanting to be creative and take on the world, most people came out of a system wanted to be an employee of someone, wanted to get a job and work for someone else's dream, work for someone else's ecstatic desire, be part of the process, be part of a system. And that's why you get 60,000 thoughts a day, and 95% of those thoughts are exactly the same the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. And so from the age of 25, as I keep saying, from the age of 25 to the day you die, not much will change in your thoughts and in your brain. So yes, you'll have some kind of process, and yes, you'll improve in different areas, but you're still going to be under a fixed mindset, and you're still going to be confined to that little bubble. If you look at people like Elon Musk, they're always solving problems towards an ecstatic desire, because the absence of an ecstatic desire means that something else is going to fill that void. And so really, that void means that you've come out of a flawed system, basically saying, here's the information, reproduce it, follow a process, and do that for the rest of your life. So you've come out of a system looking for that job, following that process, getting yourself a mortgage or getting married or doing whatever you're supposed to be doing, and then follow that for the rest of your life. Do this, do that, do this, whatever that is. And that's because you were programmed. When I say you, we were programmed that way. And it was a flawed system. We have depression at record levels. We have anxiety at record levels. We have youth suicide rates at record levels because this same system is still here. And let me go back to the parents. So there's people that are saying, well, yes, you got your education system, but what are the parents? But the parents are part of that system. Because if we keep programming and program for 60, 70 years, you're going to get parents part of that system that are now programming their kids. So most parents that come out of a system with a fixed mindset, which was full of doubts and fear. And if you're living in doubt and fear, guess what's happening? Your kids are coming home, they're living in doubt and fear. And so we are reinforcing the education system when they come home. And our friends and family, what are they doing? They came out through the same education system. And so what happens? Someone makes a mistake, someone falls over, someone's doing something different. What do? Fear and doubt. We're part of the same system. We're reinforcing that. So think about it. You're always reinforcing this, and so you've got no chance. I say it's time to break this. I'm going to break this apart. I'm breaking this apart because it's a flawed system. And now, and I'm in AI. Yeah, I'm seeing what's happening. We're programming AIs. If I was programming an AI to do exactly what I wanted to do, to be my slave, to follow a process and do it over and over again, this is exactly how I would have programmed, and this is exactly how we program it. We're programming an AI the way we programmed a human. So, was it deliberate? I think when you go back 100 years and you look at a lot of the documents and processes, and if you look at a lot of the heavyweights back then, like Rockefeller, he did not want a world full of deep thinkers and deep learners. He actually said it. So it was not in the interest of the large corporations to have deep learners, to have too many deep learners. Maybe they thought it was harder to control. Maybe they wanted a population full of workers. Maybe that suited their needs so they can make the billions and trillions. But here's the problem. Even people now in that system, even governments in that system, even people don't even know why we've still got that education system. People just followed the process. They kept on following, and then everyone else just basically said that this is the education system. So the people even teaching the education system don't even know why we're teaching it this way. It's just a process that just followed and exponentially grew in a way that now there's a lot of people, they know they're better than what they really are. A lot of my students that I've spoken to over the last 2 or 3 weeks, every single one of them had dreams when I entered the system. And then every single one of them came out with fear and doubt and avoiding the mistakes and avoiding the problems instead of being fearless, instead of taking action. And that's why now we have procrastination and addictions and boredom, and we have addictions in social media and alcohol and drugs and pornography. The data doesn't lie, because that's the population that was developed because of an education system that was flawed. And so this here, fixed mindset, when I think about it, a fixed mindset at the moment is something that can very easily be automated. Right now, AI automation is growing exponentially everywhere. And there's not much. I see this, and I see the discussions, and I see every single business right now, every corporation right now, and government departments right now, they're talking AI automation. So think about this. They've programmed humans to be like AI automations for 60, 70 years. Now they're creating AI. I'm in it. I'm creating AI automation for businesses to automate their processes. So then what's going to happen with the human? What's going to happen with the fixed mindset? Where are they going to go? Whereas if we had a world full of deep learners, full of leaders, full of problem solvers, full of creative thinking, because every single one of you has had many genius ideas and it's still there. Just no one showed you how to find it. No one showed you how to get to it. Because deep learning, and these practices were shown to me, is just a new mindset. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of life. And what happens is you kill doubt and fear and you get rid of all the noise. Let others gossip. Let others start criticizing. Let others do it, because every time someone doubts and fears and gossip and criticizes, guess what? You know what they are. They're in that system. And you know what? They know that too. If someone's going to go out of their way to gossip about you, that's a compliment. It means you have got into their heads. So that's fantastic, number one, for you. But you know what? When you've got that ecstatic desire, when that desire is so burning in here and so passionate, everything else doesn't really matter, because you're so focused. You're so one-sided on that journey.